And Lopes, locking in a little Franken-Nash.
Fiend hasn't picked a character yet, but I can only hope that he goes with
I want to see the
Thatch.
Thatch. You know what?
Look,
just because he showed it before on the bracket, that's what I'm looking forward to personally.
I won't lock him into that. He can play whatever he wants. He has a very deep pool of characters, and he is very aggressive with whomever he picks.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever character he chooses, I'm okay with it. I'm down. I'm in.
It is the Thatch.
There
he
we
was
go.
looking for the right skin.
With the crazy King of Atlantis Thatch looking skin. We have that versus the Franken-Nash. And we're going to get right into it. Fiend versus Lopes, the start of top 8 South American, Winter Championships.
So stage bans coming through. Number of the small stages and things with smaller walls getting banned out. Interesting choice. I guess Fiend might not want to go there against Hammer, especially on a low defense like Thatch. Even though I know a lot of Thatch players usually opt for the smaller walls because they just want the cannonballs.
Any edge guarding map with cannonballs is going to help you in your favor, especially if your teammate or your opponent jumps quite a bit because you catch that high angle, and the force is actually quite high. So the benefit is there, but he's got to be careful. Fiend going in with a little unarmed damage, starting it off right. Lopes looking for a little bit more damage here. The neutral sig not going to find the connection, but the stomp side areas, and Lopes looking for a little bit more stomp startups here with little success so far, but the match is young. Fiend with the blasters looking for a little bit more damage as well. And it's just trading blows back and forth as they get through it. But look at all the damage that Fiend has taken so far. That's that low defense against high strength, especially with big weapons.
Yeah, that's why he's trying to use the high mobility that Thatch can have. You see a lot of those dashes, the dash jumps, a lot of these bunny hops. Oh my gosh, confirming off the weapon throw into the shark attack. So damage now back to even. They're going to be fishing for whatever kind of knockout blow they can get. You saw Fiend going for these downlights. Oh, but Lopes getting over it. The gravity cancel stomp just over and punishing Fiend's own downlight.
That damage building up so fast, especially against the hammer. This is going to be what Fiend really has to watch out for. He has to be careful with his movements because getting caught out on one hit can lead to 30 to 35, 40 damage at the most. And that is something he can't take. And especially those slide kick ground pounds. Lopes making his way back to the stage already with the lead, but he's going to be taken off the top. The neutral air from Fiend catching him off the top, and I believe, that low ceiling on Great Hall is going to pay dividends for Fiend, especially if he continues to juggle. Very nice gravity cancel option from Fiend.
Yeah, that swashbuckling backslash, it catches him coming and going. Usually beats out a ton of different dodge options just because it lasts so long. Now Lopes trying to play a little bit of that range game to beat out Fiend, but Fiend, man, he knows exactly when to swoop in here. Lopes bouncing Fiend up into the sky. Oh my gosh, the gravity cancel. They're so far up off the top of the screen. I cannot believe that didn't knock him out.
Pixels away from eliminating that second stock. And there it is. The second stock finally gone. Fiend taking the advantage right now, but he is very low health, or he's a very high damage. Either way you look at it, he has not long left on this stock, especially if Lopes is going to continuously wield that hammer and get slammed by the ground pound from downtown. Lopes finding that KO, smashing Fiend all the way up into the top corner of the map, and finding that KO very handily.
There it is, that swashbuckling backslash. Catching the dodge after the sword neutral light. And again, more neutral lights just to start building up that damage on Lopes. Oh my gosh, with the platform play from Fiend.
Another swashbuckle. Going to catch Lopes off guard. He does have Lopes in the red, and he is getting a successful weapon starve off. The side air is going to create a little bit of dissonance there for Lopes as he tries to back, but it's not going to happen. The backstepping from Fiend, the double blast, is going to take Lopes out. And game number 1.
That backstep signature, Fiend just at the end, he seemed to download the dodge options that Lopes was often going for. That's where he started getting the down signature on the sword, the neutral signature to close it out on the blasters. That is a ton of damage. I don't care if you have big weapons, you can't keep up with that.
Especially if you're just trying to go in, you're being aggressive, you want to dodge in, you want to dash in, you want to use approaching attacks. That neutral sig on blasters is going to catch you out 9 times out of 10.
So we have a very different map pool. All the tri-platforms are gone. We've got Mammoth Fortress, the old standby, Apocalypse out of here.
He's going to go with Miami Dome, isn't he? No! Oh!
Man, all this weekend, you've just been wanting Miami Dome every time.
They brought it up in SCA, and I think they also brought it up in EU. So I was hoping that Fiend, being the aggressive player he is, he would want the closer sides on the map. Well, actually, I can see why he wouldn't, because he is going up against the hammer with high strength. So that difference there, it would cause some pretty early KOs, getting hit by some side airs. So that also makes sense, but then again,
strong pick for consistency.
He also really just chases people down, and
oh, but now he's getting juggled up in the air. Needs to find his way back down to stability here. Lopes finding just giant hammer swings here and there, and look at that Fiend into the orange, having to catch up, getting these blasters hits just very stray. Not any of the long strings that we're used to seeing from blasters. Ooh. There it is, the dodge read into some extra damage.
Big damage coming out from
Oh,
Fiend.
no!
Oh, and he drops the recovery. That's unfortunate. Lopes getting the angle now. He's going to get the side air. And now the reversed edge guard onto Fiend. And Fiend making his way back to the stage, being very careful, not trying to dedicate too much on that weapon pickup because Lopes was right behind him. One misstep and that would have been it. But Fiend does manage to find the recovery off the top. Lopes taking that knock out, and Fiend with the lead, having just a little bit left, but the side air, the bounce off the stage, that would have otherwise connected into a KO if Lopes was just a little bit farther over on that stage.
Yeah, every time you bounce off a surface, it cuts your velocity quite a bit. Oh, but no surfaces in the way as Lopes launches Fiend up into the sky to tie up the stocks 2-2.
No Fang Wild ceiling to save you here.
Ain't that the truth? Now Fiend having to fight unarmed as Lopes continues the weapon starve.
Lopes with a lot of damage, catching Fiend out with the hammer. That's just even more damage built up. And only one, maybe two more attacks from this hammer is going to equalize that damage build up as long as Fiend can't find anything big. But there it is, the big side air. Lopes with the side air coming back to the stage himself, but he is going to be finding a little bit of a misstep there, going for the ground pound, trying to take a early KO off of Fiend, and that is going to cost him another stock. And that is going to hurt him quite a bit.
I mean, he really just bet on getting the hit right there. But Fiend definitely maneuvered around it. Now he just keeps continuing to push this lead even further.
Weapon throw into neutral light. Good. Oh, nice read with the side sig. Going all in, trying to find the KO onto Lopes. Lopes forced to sit back on the wall, and there's the swashbuckle. Knocking Lopes, the side air, pushing Lopes off the stage. He's trying to make his way back. The recovery is going to allow him to get back on the stage, and now another opportunity to throw Fiend off the stage. That is going to find a KO. That low defense not helping Fiend at all, and now Lopes has equalized the stocks, but he is in a very difficult position. Fiend with the aggressive blaster approaches is going to give a lot of trouble to Lopes, especially considering that he is in the red.
Yeah, I mean, his work is certainly cut out for him. It is a tall mountain to climb right now, especially with how Fiend stole out that last game at the end. I mean, he has that clutch factor, and this is just continuing to run away with it. Lopes needs some kind of tricky play. He needs, oh my gosh, getting knocked out again. Fiend now up 2-0 over Lopes, but this is top 8, so it is best 3 out of 5 action. Lopes has another shot to stay on winner's side.
While Lopes may have needed some trickery and cunning to get back on the stage, sometimes it's just the simplicity that is all you need. And that side air, you know, he's on the wall, you're just trying to cover an angle. Side air is all that he needs. And so Fiend threw it out there, got the KO, took it down. So now game number 3.
Lopes swapping over to the Asuri.
And, you know, I don't know how this is going to fare for him because these are two completely different weapons, but maybe this is, you know, that back pocket pick. Maybe he feels really good on the guitars. Maybe he wants that diagonal so that he can kind of find a different angle of approach to get on those blasters in the sword, which are more cardinally directed, you know, up, forward, behind you, and down.
So trading the length and power of the spear and hammer for a little bit quicker attack on the sword and guitars. Right now we've got a proper sword duel going on. Pirates versus Cats. And again, on a tri-platform too. Fiend's movement has usually won him out just in general neutral on tri-platform stages, more so than the flat-out ones.
Fiend's getting those flying around approaches, and I think the extended range from these blasters are going to help Fiend just a little bit. Lopes having a little bit of trouble getting in, so that extra distance is going to give Fiend the proper spacing for these blaster attacks. Although Lopes with a very opportunistic, very
my
nice
gosh,
neutral sig,
call
gravity
out.
canceled right off into the right side. That is going to find that KO onto Fiend, moving himself right out of position. Fantastic opportunity for Lopes to take this advantage.
And that was such a hard call out, too, knowing he was going to spend the rest of his options. Fiend managing to take all options away from Lopes with just a single ground pound there. So now we are tied up the stocks again, just about a minute in to this match. But Lopes definitely on the back foot. I mean, this is 2-0 in the set so far, Fiend's favor.
Looking for those down air reads on from Lopes. The nice dodge on the weapon throw. Now Lopes getting strung into oblivion right now as the damage just racks up.
Are you kidding me?
Rack him.
I mean, Fiend just didn't let up there at all. Not only did he take the damage lead, I mean, he took it massively, ready to knock out Lopes. Oh my gosh, the bounce off of the weapon throw with the dodge punish. Does he get the edge guard here? No, Lopes sneaks his way right around that corner.
I almost want to call that the Fiend classic of something into something that just happens to work, and you're just left wondering, what did I just witness?
So many times he just has the stars align, and you think, there's no way that could work. Lopes keeping it from working any further, though, taking the stock lead. The Qatar side air slaps. We've seen quite a number of those this weekend as well.
Fiend holding that grounded space.
Ooh.
Nice down sig to read the approach from Lopes, and now it's 1-1 on the stocks. Everything is all evened up.
Oh,
nice.
Beautiful
Strings
punish.
onto Lopes.
Yeah, Fiend uses those gravity cancels in very unique ways. Areas that you wouldn't really expect anyone to burn their dodge for the risk of trying to get that extra hit. But Fiend manages to land it, I feel, so much of the time.
Fiend with the map control right now, holding that center stage, trying to utilize that neutral air to punish Lopes' positioning on the platforms. Lopes just trying to keep that positioning away because he is in the red. Any big damages? Ooh, that recovery was the right position, right move in the wrong positioning. Fiend would have had that KO there if he was just a little lower in order to catch Lopes. But Lopes now with the advantage. Oh, goes a little too deep off the stage, and this is going to give Fiend an opportunity to edge guard and find this final KO onto Lopes.
Oh my gosh. Fiend again going for a big call out, but not finding pay dirt this time. Lopes slowly bringing the damage back to even.
Playing very carefully. He knows one misstep is death.
Manages to sneak in, grab the Qatars.
Qatars are going to give him the diagonals if he can take advantage of them. There.
Whoa!
What in the world?
He did the backslash, and Lopes, thinking he had the punish, leapt in with his own side signature, it looked like. Got caught on the backhand swing. Oh my god.
I want to see a frame-by-frame of that, because honestly,
Yeah,
I have no
replay.
idea how that connected.
Asuri leaps before she actually swipes. You can see her cut through the back end here.
Whew.
Right into the backstepping slash.
Caught him on the reverse
gosh.
swing, too.
That was slick.
What a way to end that set.
Jeez.
Just a classic, an absolute classic of a Fiend play.
Wow.
Once again.